going to continue this momentum because they feel like a midday team, and this is exactly the midway point of day number 2. We're dropping into Kalahari, and we get a very, very nice flight path.
I like the pilot of this cargo plane that he's flying around here. He likes to split these maps in very even sides, doesn't he?
Yeah, yesterday was pretty one-sided, right? It's always towards the edge of a map, but today we have a better pilot, and with that comes just
oh my
early
god!
fight.
Oh
What
my
is
god!
this?
Jembo!
They had a stare off for a moment, and Jembo, forced off the building. It didn't really look good for him, but they still got first blood nonetheless.
I mean, good in that he's able to stay out of trouble. Bad as in now no one can get to him now to revive him unless he falls off, but that might even open up him even more danger. Bayet is going to try to see if he can find other members of Anxiety to fight for here on the sub. But really, I think Anxiety is already peeling out this battle. We do see a member Expand trying to join in or maybe try to take control over the revive point here and hoping to catch anyone who just decides to make a break for it off guard. But Farang, in the meantime, they've literally lost Jembo now, so they need that revive point more than ever. They're going to have to compete with that solo member Expands for it. And there's Xroy now trying to fight against Too Bad. But Too Bad uses a glue wall just in time, but now tries to wrap around the tent here to see if he can get a flank now. Xroy is very, very low in health, so one shot is all he needs to take him out, and that's going to be a free extra kill point now for Farang.
Yeah, the idea is good from Roy, just seeing if he can ambush someone, but doesn't really have the tools to do so. So good on Farang, 3 kills so far. Sem9 though, running into MDH. It's a very even fight at this point of time. Both teams losing 2 members. Raja getting heavily pressured. MDH just running him down. The king is not long for this round. ZenOP able to get away. There's a buy point down there if he chooses to go for it, but he decides to travel farther. And this feels like, purgatory, where Sem9 just didn't really get the start that they want, and now they have to play that long game.
Purgatory is purgatory, but Kalahari can sometimes be literally purgatory for some of these teams here. I mean, with Sem9 now down to 1 member, at least they were able to get 2 trades, so it's not that big of a loss in the grand scheme of things. And granted, Sem9 is the leader overall. They still have a huge points cushion to the next rival, which is Expand, and Expand also just lost one of their own members, so, fair is fair. I mean, so far, Sem9 can definitely afford to lose a lot more compared to some of the other teams here. But with this solo member, ZenOP, now running around trying to find a way to bring back the rest of his team, the last thing he will want is to just literally bump into a full squad and just lose the opportunity to get some extra points on Kalahari.
And you definitely know that feeling because that just happened not long ago. So ZenOP, thankfully this time there's not many people around. Wow. It's Anxiety again.
Anxiety.
Had to beat them.
It just had to beat them. I mean, it's just fate. I guess it's just literally fate. It's already written. Aikal, though, will spot out 1 member. Anxiety takes out Kanoho completely from the top there. So maybe Anxiety might have more things to worry about because ZenOP spots Jaboywa coming to inside his warehouse and just completely takes him out as well. So that's 2 people that Anxiety lost to 2 separate fights from 2 separate squads. Now Got2b is going to be brought back into the fight now. But Shomai is going to be left a little bit out on the lurch, unfortunately, until they're able to regroup.
Yeah, good news for Zen. There is a revival point right there out in the open. Now he just needs to make sure that he is not spotted. I believe First Raider is kind of in this, around nearby that area, but thankfully Zen has that high ground. Should be able to get his team back. So Sem9 finds some signs of life in this game.
Oh, I don't know about Zen's positioning though. He is very much putting a dance, and Bayet is going to spot him, now waiting for a good shot.
Oh, misses that one.
Doesn't quite land it, but that's already alerted ZenOP to the fact that he's under fire, so he's going to try to run away, but that might actually delay the bringing back the rest of his squad right now, so maybe that might be the ticket here. But Sem9 certainly going to be under pressure right now. Flash is caught up in this bridge battle here. looks like they have been able to stabilize this fight somewhat, but there is a red zone just appearing before them right now, and it's going to make it a bit hard for them to find any additional places to loot. So they're just going to hold up there while Dewa in the meantime are also wait. Dewa, actually, Dewa's not even here in this area right now, so it's mostly just a flash on the edge of this next circle right now, deciding where they want to go next. Now that the red zone is cleared, we're going to be going to see what VGM and Axis have been up to, because both of them have been fighting around this northern side here near the council hall, and this is a very good spot here to try to bring some fights. Not so much of a good spot here for glue wall spammers, because right now that's a heck of a difficult maze to navigate here, and Neptune had the wall just in front of him, just completely trapping them in, I guess what you can call a glue wall igloo here on top of the council hall. Bond is going to try to run away. Unfortunately, he's going to be dropped down so low that he's going to be forced to turn tail and fight. But Exact is going to try to find the exact angle here to keep spraying him with bullets, while the rest of his teammates are going to be going up in front. Flame is going to use a grapple gun to try to catch up to where Bond is, just practically chasing him down with both legs and feet. But who is going to be the first one to get there? It looks like it's going to be Flame7 who will be able to get the knockdown with the shotgun. So VGM loses one anyway.
Yeah, Flame getting some game time today, finally subbing in. So Axis kind of playing around with that roster a bit. VGM were the one who decided to initiate push, but unfortunately Neptune is too strong of an anchor to hold down that area. VGM sent running. Binsu and Vantan still alive, and they do have a vehicle to work with. High tier loot zone right in front of Vantan. Katrina and Binsu has already checked in, so this should be a-okay. There's a vending machine and there's a revival point in the same area. VGM will have so much more time in this round to work with, as Sem9 is then able to complete his revive before he was, almost shot by Farang. That means Sem9 also get to keep going.
And bringing back the whole of the team means that now they're going to be able to get back into the pace. The problem is, though, that they're going to be quite a bit behind, as most of the teams now have already congregated themselves into this next save zone here. But that good news for Sem9, though, is that they will not likely face too much resistance here by hanging out a little bit longer out by the sub. In fact, they're spreading out a little bit to see if it can take control over the buy point that's close by. But that might put them into the clutches of Farang very soon, though, because Farang is also just getting into the southern tip of the circle here and are within range of that next buy point to the east of where Sem9 is and where Sem9 is currently headed towards. First Raiders, seeing that for Refinery's part, this next circle here are going to be moving quickly to try to take control over the high point on this map here, which is going to be Refinery. As right now, Team Flash takes control over the northern side. They may face a bit of resistance soon, with King of Gamers being holed up across the street, and Anxiety, one of their members, actually Kanoho, getting close, but maybe not too close right now. Whoa, actually too close for comfort, though, as Bayo spots him from the window and takes him out pretty easily.
Anxiety so far is not really having much that they could do this round. Being caught out by First Raiders and then ambushed by Sem9. And now Team Flash also getting a drop on them. And speaking about Sem9, it seems like they have ran into Farang. And if they can take Farang out, it's going to be sweet, sweet revenge, because Farang almost stopped them from being able to play this round. It's only too bad that went down, but Farang has a revival point to work with nonetheless. Should be able to bring him back. Bias with a long range shot to take down ZNOP. The rest of Sem9 scrambling to protect their friends. He will bring him back up.
Yeah, they getting shot at from a distance. It's because of Jembo literally spotting them over the horizon right now. So Sem9 under pressure. They're going to try to peel away as a group now, committing to this escape, but they cannot afford to be bogged down here. Jembo can't quite find a clear shot, so he gets on top of the tent now to get a bit of high ground here to spot the movements of Sem9. But looks like they might just have been able to slip past Farang's fingers, though. But with Farang still keeping control over this revive point, it is still within the circle right now. So that's further going to add some value to their positioning at this point. MDH, in the meantime, they are on the south side. They've already bumped into Anxiety. He will be able to take down Shomai there. And I think the Anxiety is actually quite a bit split out, so they're not really fighting as a full squad. This was an easy fight here for MDH, and just an extra point to add to their tally.
Yeah, First Raiders also got a member of Anxiety. So this is, again, this whole round was just Anxiety getting picked off one by one on the map. It really felt like they didn't even get off the ground. But Good news is that they're still in the game, so Anxiety has a chance. Expand losing too fast just for a brief moment. They bring him back instantly. Didn't even get to fully ascend into the clouds after that death. MDH 4 points so far, looking good. 11 teams left. As the circle is going to close in once more, and this one's going to be very, very important. All the way to Santa Catarina and Command Post, where Expand and Heavy are located. A very, very densely packed map right now.
I think very interesting as well as this next save zone takes place on the junction, rather the Y crossing here between Command Post and Santa Catarina. So that means it's going to be very wide open outside of the Command Post. I do see a lot of cover for a lot of these teams to actually take advantage. Obviously, King of Gamers rapidly repositioning themselves, landing on top of where X-Roy is. While First Raiders also uses the grapple gun right now to rapidly reposition themselves. Anxiety as well, hanging very close by to them. They might actually want to try to hot drop them a little bit as they now turn around and realize they're being dropped upon. King of Gamers now going to be facing pressure as Team Flash moves in from the northern side. This is going to be a rush now from one of the top contenders in the phase number 2. So King of Gamers are going to have to hold their ground and commit heavily into this fight. Yanbin is going to spot them inside the window here as King of Gamers scatter out in the open here, trying to prevent themselves from being bogged down in this fight against Flash. In fact, trying to avoid the Flash altogether. Shin trying to get a shot off from a distance there, didn't quite catch that member of that member as he tried to fly away. So looks like Flash just got slipped on by there, or rather given a slip by KOG.
Yeah, so much chaos happening right now. Axis also engaged in the fight with the entirety of Heavy. Team Flash around the corner, Anxiety watching this unfold. Mina pushing out to get Neptune out of the way. Then Glue Wall's gonna go down. Neptune not able to put up the next one in time, and Neptune falls. But with Team Flash approaching, Heavy was like, you know what, brothers? You can take this. We are out of here. And Axis left to be fed to the Sharks. Just absolutely mowed down. A brutal ending. Close your eyes, people. This is not for the faint-hearted. The grenades are getting tossed out as well. I mean, Axis just trapped, hopeless. It's a very dull moment for the team. Yeah, Team Flash having 7 kills, and Heavy now wants to try and punish Team Flash, but unfortunately doesn't get anything done.
Yeah, because Flash is still using the crest for that advantage. They can easily just pull closer to the river, and that's already a bit of a downward slope they can use as cover, whereas like Heavy, they still have to rely on the vegetation. But now they're going to try to meet Flash right face to face as the grenades came out, flushing them out onto the open, forcing them to use the glue walls to cover their escape. But then Heavy is still giving a massive chase. Now glue wall busters have been brought out as well, so Heavy is going to have to burn their glue walls if they want to continue to chase Flash. They decide to hold back a little bit, and Flash is going to try to use this initiative right now to turn the fight around onto themselves. Nail down Buffalo. Buffalo trying to take shots from a distance there. Still haven't found any hits to pop up yet. While Bayo is just going to try to hold the line here as the glue walls break down. As soon as he brings it up, they will catch out Tom XT. Can they find another member here of Heavy? Looks like they will find Mill now as well. Things are falling apart for Heavy on the front here as Buffalo is still holed up inside the building, not able to provide the long distance support the Heavy needed in that moment there with all the glue walls in place. In the meantime, BGM bumps into Too Bad, takes out Farang completely now, and Flash now jumps straight onto Buffalo, takes him out in order to finish off the rest of Heavy, and they've seized control over the north.
A very weird move from Heavy though. They decided to push out. They actually get to gatekeep Team Flash, so unfortunate ending for them. Expand also out as well. VGM takes on Sem9. Anxiety in 7th place, and VGM quickly dispatched by Sem9 and MDH, who were just pecking them from afar. Sem9 with 7 kills, looking for the potential 8th. Just need to round the corner. Boyte gets Zen, that's 1, but Newbie able to provide backup in time and pick Zen back up just out of range of the blue. Actually, no, he takes down the blue zone. Unfortunately, MDH having so much control of the circle right now. Team Flash, you can see them taking flight as they try to move into the circle. Oh, Fikri, a lot of trigger discipline, not willing to take the shot just yet, but he might have to real soon as Stargo has just found Bloody. First Raiders also doing not too bad, 8 kills in the back, and they're still kicking.
Flash is quite taking a very interesting approach there. Despite being one of those squads that actually had a full stack early on, they literally tried to split them out a little bit, or rather spread them out a little bit to cover more ground. And it seemed like Flash wanted to actually commit to this fight until first Raiders. Unfortunately, with Bloody already taken out, Flash is down to 3 members now, so they're no longer the full stack that actually goes to both MDH and first Raiders right now. Sem9 has got out on the outside. Vickery, not long, but as well, will be taken out by Nuke. So now that's going to put extra pressure onto Sem9 in order to try to make things happen, but no, nothing is going to happen anymore as Newbie gets eliminated now. Team Flash as well getting completely wiped out, so we're down to 2 squads, MDH as well as first Raiders, Vietnam versus Indonesia.
You'll be loving this. These 2 teams have been facing a slump. This is good time for redemption. Both teams really healthy, full squad left alive. First Raiders and MDH inching closer towards each other, but you can see First Raiders, the other one going in for the push. New, very, very low. First Raiders, they won a couple of knocks and they found 2 in a row. Ooh. As First Raiders overwhelms MDH. Don't cry, last man standing gets a knock, but it is not enough. First Raiders finally showing us something that they can be proud of. A booyah on round number 4.
Oh my goodness. I mean, this is so rare to see from them, but finally they made it. They made it to the final fight and they took down one of the really dangerous squads in order to try to take this one here. But they're right, you know, these are 2 squads that were actually